Charles Young Jr. represented Mississippi's 82nd District since 2012, and on December 18th, he passed away at the age of 62. Hundreds of people gathered Tuesday to celebrate his life. There were songs, poems, and resolutions presented in honor of who his family called Chuck. There were many sad people, but rather than crying, people were laughing, applauding, and praising God for the life Charles lived. People remembered the life he led as a public servant and spoke about the life he lived and the good times they had with one of East Mississippi's longtime leaders.
One night we left Gulfport. Had to be 10:30 at night from a game. And Chuck said, "Man, nothing open but fast food. We gonna eat in Laura." I said, "Well, if nothing's open on the coast, what's open in Laura? Don't worry about it." We pull up at somebody's house, full of meals at midnight. That's just Chuck.
While in office, Charles was revered for his public service and his want to serve the people he represented. But between his colleagues in the legislature, there was one thing he was known for most.
We called him the information guy. He was the 411. He was the yellow pages. He was the white pages. He was your Rolodex. And in today's term, he was Google. Because if you wanted to know anybody in the state, all you had to do was make one call, that's all, to Charles Young Jr.
Chuck left an impact on many people's lives throughout his adulthood, but before then, he was leaving lasting memories with his childhood friends.
Every monumental moment of childhood seems like I spent with Chuck. We were in kindergarten together, elementary school together. We learned to ride bikes together. We learned to swim together. We were in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts together. We had our first jobs together. It just seemed like everywhere I went, Chuck was a part of my life. Chuck, and please don't tell my parents this, but Chuck even taught me how to drive. Well before I reached legal age.
After all the speeches, resolutions, and funny memories shared, his sister, Judge Veldor Young Graham, took the stage and led the congregation in song.